Okay, right. Thank you, Spirit. Taking a look at what's happening in the twin flame and soulmate connections for my collective here who are dealing with a Leo. Okay, you've entered a sacred space. The archangels in the north, south, east, and west have their sacred flames burning, and I give thanks to my guides and keepers, the archangels, for helping me to channel Leo's energy to bring clarity and answers to my viewer, answers to the questions that they need to have answered at this time. Right. Thank you. Right, so we're starting with the twin flame. So if your twin flame is a Leo, sun, moon, or rising, this could be your reading. The roles could also be reversed. So this might be your energy. Take it as it resonates. All right. So you might also want to check out your the reading where I channel your zodiac, because you might find the answers to some of your questions there. As I say, the roles can be reversed depending on your connection and your situation. Okay, so what is happening with this Leo at this time? Okay, right, what's going on with this Leo, this twin flame? Okay, there's a new energy that's come into their energy field. There's something, I feel like your Leo's hopeful about something. They're looking forward to something working in their favor. They're looking forward to some positivity. What's that about? Perhaps it relates to work. It's an area where this person has invested time and energy. So if this person's been doing personal work, soul work, or been doing spiritual process and spiritual growth work, then that's what they are, that's where they're feeling the energy shift in their spiritual life and everything that pertains to that. So that would include you, because the twin flame connection is a soul connection. It's definitely an area where they might not have had the courage to take a leap of faith in the past, but they have come to see the situation through new eyes, through a new perspective. And they are looking towards, they're expecting things to work out. They're expecting things to work in their favor. What that may be is different. It depends from person to person. What your Leo perceives to be a win. Okay, let's see. Right, let's look at what's at the heart of the connection with you. What is at the heart of this connection for my Leo? For this Leo with my viewer, thank you, Spirit. They definitely seem to be focused on something, hoping for favorable outcome. I feel like for many with this Leo, it's probably got to do with money or work. But what's at the heart of this connection? Okay. Harmony, balance, equal give and take. So this Leo of yours is definitely looking, I feel like this favorable outcome includes you. So maybe this person has not been able to take certain types of action in the connection with you that is favorable for the connection because of money, or because they've just not, because there was something that this person needed to sort out, needed to figure out, or needed to fix. Whatever it is that they seem to feel like this is going to be the thing that changes their life. So it might be a financial situation for some of you, but I feel as though what is at the heart of the connection with you is the fact that they were not able to treat you fairly, to give you what you deserve. And that is the focus for your Leo, is they wanting to come in and give you the Six of Coins, right? Where there is harmony, because obviously there hasn't been, can you see us? These people have to beg for, they're at this person's mercy, and this person decides how to hand out, how to share, and what is fair. So you've been in a situation with this person where you've had to rely on your Leo to decide what is fair for you, what is fair for them to give you, what is fair in the relationship, in the way that they treat you. And sometimes we just don't have the capacity to give somebody the amount of emotional availability that they need, the amount of support that they need, because we don't have the capacity. Because in order to be able to give, I need to be full. And some of us are empty in those regards because we don't fill ourselves up. We are not supportive towards ourselves. We don't keep our promises to ourselves. We don't take care of ourselves. We are constantly emptying ourselves for others. And then when somebody really, really needs us, and the right thing to do, and our intention might be to give them the love and the support that they need in the quantity or the capacity that they need, we just can't, because we don't have it. I feel that your Leo's excuse for not giving you what you deserve or treating you in the way that you deserve has been because things have not worked out for them. They've not had the resources and the capacity to give you what you deserve, and this person's been focused in a particular area. So as I said, it might be spiritual growth. It might be that your Leo's been doing some work on themselves, where they've been getting help, where they have been going through healing processes, where they have been doing spiritual growth programs or workshops, and they're growing and evolving emotionally, and they feel a sense of hope that they might be able to heal the things that keep them in this limited place of lack and shortage, where they've not been able to give you what you deserve. And I feel like your Leo is hopeful. What crosses that is the fact that unfortunately your Leo has a tendency to, no matter how much effort they put in, they're always looking at, how do I put this? Even if they've put in 5 hours of work, they're gonna leave with the 3 things on the list that they didn't get to. Your Leo, unfortunately, has the tendency of never being satisfied. They're never satisfied. It's never good enough. It's never good enough. What they do is never good enough. How things are, it could always be better. They're always looking at, and maybe this is the way they were raised. Someone was always pointing out that it could be better. It could be better. Oh, it's great that we're able to sit down and have a lovely meal together, but it could be better. It's a pity we can't have more of these. It's a sad thing. It's a human disease. It's a human disease. It's a human disease where we're always focusing on what is missing and what is lacking as opposed to what we have. So I have the company of this amazing person. I have this wonderful friend that I can rely on. But it's not good enough. It could be better, because I could have a life partner. I could have a lover that is always by my side. Not like a friend that I only see now and then. Or I have this partner that is in my life, but it could be better. My partner could be more interested in what I'm doing. It's stupid little things, but they add up. It's like I say, your person, Spirit is showing me an analogy of a divorced couple and a father only seeing his kids at certain times. And instead of being fully present and basking in the abundance and the beauty of having that time with his children, he's always more focused on the fact that I don't have them full time. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We can live in the same house with people and we can still not be present. We can still miss out on so much of the relationship with them, because as humans, we're always looking at what's missing. This is at the heart of your person's problem. And that's what crosses this, because they think that they need to be able to give somebody, I need to be able to give this much in a relationship. And Spirit is saying, you don't need more money. You don't need more time. You don't need more this. You don't need more that. You need to accept that who you are and where you are today is enough, if you're willing to allow it to be enough and to give it. Right? I hope that what I'm saying is making sense. We tend to think that I will be happy when. I will be happy when I get that, when I do that, when I get there, when I have enough money to do this, that, then I will be happy, and then I will feel I'm good enough. You're good enough now, but you don't see it. And that is what crosses. Even though your person's intention is to give you what you deserve, what your person does not realize is that they are not here to be your savior, to be your hero. Your person is not here to fill your cups. You have to fill your own cups. And your person doesn't realize that you can love them as they are. Because we'll never be perfect, you know. We're always an incomplete project. We're always evolving. But who we are today and where we are right now is enough. And that is what your person's got to come to realize. And part of the journey that they're on is going to help them to see this. What is it that happened in the past to bring you guys to this place? All right. So someone in the connection, perhaps you're Leo, maybe the both of you, felt like they had to let go, to move on from this connection, to release it because it just wasn't working. Feeling a little bit you know when you get the short end of the stick? Like, I didn't deserve this. I've got to give up on something that means a lot to me, not because I want to, but because I have to. You had no choice but to release this. It could be your person, as I say, but this is definitely, there was a realization that I've got to surrender to source here. I've got to accept that things are as they are, and it's not exactly what it is. What It's not healthy. It's not conducive to what we're wanting to build. But I feel like your Leo, both of you, release this connection with a heavy heart, and this is what's encouraged your person to focus on making the effort, giving the energy, making the investment that is needed or necessary in the area that will help them to remedy how they got into the situation or into this place in the first place, into the place where they had to release and let go, or you had to release and let go a relationship that matters to your Leo. I feel like your connection matters. I feel like it's a question you've asked many times is, did I even matter to this person? What is it that's moved out of this Leo's energy? Okay. Give me more on that. So your Leo was excited, felt passionate about your relationship, your connection, and the life that you could have together, and was very excited about this new beginning in happiness. You see, we've got the Sun and the Ace of Wands. Your Leo was able to feel that this could be it. This is possibly the relationship that offers them the happiness and the new passionate beginning that they've wanted. This relationship, this connection, could be the spark that brings in this new energy for new possibility. This Leo was looking for a change. But what your Leo had to come to realize, and you too, because you mirror one another in a twin flame connection, is that somebody else cannot be your salvation. You can try and bottle the sun to give it to someone. The sun rises every day and shines upon each and every one of us, regardless of what we did or did not do, regardless of whether we get up and go to work or whether we choose not to work or to contribute to society, whether we consider ourselves to be a good person or a bad person, whether we do the right thing or the wrong thing. The sun shines for all of us. And some of us still don't feel the rays. Some of us still do not feel the sunlight, the rays of the sun kissing us, shining upon our faces. Because our reality is not based on what comes, what we get, what we're given. Our reality is based on our capacity for receptivity. Am I in a place where I'm receptive of the abundance, the joy, the happiness that shines upon me day in and day out? Or am I in that place where I start to take the sun for granted because something else didn't work out perfectly on a particular day, or something else seems to be missing, or because my harvest is not what I want it to be, so now I'm upset about the fact that it didn't rain enough. So the sun coming up every day and shining upon my face is of no value to me because my harvest is spoiled, those kinds of people. And we're all that person at some point in our lives, whether we want to admit it or not. This is not something that someone can give you in a relationship. Someone can be a match to it. Someone can be the sun. But are you in a place where you can appreciate and be receptive of what the sun is giving? And I feel like your person has rejected or pushed the sun out of the experience. This person's not been happy. You brought an element of happiness, of possibility into this person's experience, and as a result of letting this connection go, because it challenges certain habits or certain constructs or the ego in some way. This Leo of yours began to use your relationship as an excuse for them beating themselves up or beating themselves over their head and saying to themselves, you're not good enough. You need to be better. If you're going to build a life with this person, you need to have more to offer him or her. You didn't do that. They did it themselves. Okay, how is it that this Leo feels about my viewer? This Leo feels that they're finally at a place where they have clarity about who they are, what they've experienced, how this experience has contributed to them, what they've learned from it. This person is at a place where they want to communicate their truth with you, want to give space to their own truth. But your Leo is focused on this thing, whether it is work or a deal or a project that's going to bring them what they believe they need to feel that they have what they need to offer you a relationship that's actually going to work. I feel like your Leo still needs time to realize that they don't need more stuff. They don't need more money. They need to stop criticizing life, their experience, what they are doing, and start to count it as a blessing. So your Leo is in their head about this. Your Leo's got an idea and a plan of, well, if I get that, then that covers that base, and then I can build upon that, and then I'm a good enough to offer that or to give what my person, my twin flame, deserves or needs. So the intention is to catch up with the evolution so that they can feel that they have what it takes to build a sustainable, long-lasting relationship, right? They might still be missing the point a little bit, but this endeavor will guide them to this truth. However, when it comes to feelings right now at this current time, your person is in their head about what needs to happen here, not in the heart space. They're still not at that place. They're on the journey, but they've not yet arrived at the place where the heart chakra opens, you know? So this person feels for you, yeah. You know, they're not in this space, not yet. You know, when a relationship exists in your head, when you care about someone because you believe that they deserve that they're good because, you know, in your mind, they fit they tick certain boxes. This person knows that you are good for them. This person knows that when you were in their day-to-day life, they felt happier than they have in a really long time. So rationally, this is something of value. They've not fully dropped into the heart space where it is a knowing, It is a feeling. It is not about what's rational. It's not about what makes sense. It just is. What are their thoughts about you? Their perspective of this connection is changing on a day-to-day basis. Okay? And your Leo thinks that you've put them in the timeout because they cannot offer you what you want and deserve in a relationship. And to your Leo, it looks a certain way. But what you are asking for is not materialistic. What you are asking for is more heart-based. And what Spirit is saying is your Leo is not there yet, but the intention is to get to a place of deeper understanding so that they can honor this connection and treat you more fairly and give you what it is that you want. And because that is your Leo's intention, their inner being is guiding them through their path of least resistance to get to the place where the penny drops. And they understand all of this. What it is that you truly desire from them. And what it is that the connection is calling for. All right. So what is it that my viewer needs to focus on in their journey right now? Spirit says you're working too hard. You're working too hard at the things that you feel are not quite what they should be in your life. You're working too hard at trying to fix and figure out this connection. You're working too hard in various areas of your life where you feel things are just not what they're supposed to be. You want to allow space for the universe to take care of things for you. You want to get to that place of acceptance and surrender, that everything is always working out for you. And despite how things may look, that your guides and keepers are constantly guiding you towards the path of least resistance that gets you closer and closer to that place that you want to be. But when you're working too hard at it, you're doing the universe's work. Where there already is a plan, where everything is already done, and the universe is just guiding you towards that which is done and which has been prepared for you. You're so busy working and trying to control things and make it as it should be that you don't step out of the way to give the universe the opportunity to make things work out for you. You're efforting too much, you're working too hard, and you need to slow down. Because there is a plan here. And everything is being taken care of for you. And I do feel like there is a level of contempt because you work so hard and you make so much of an effort. And it just feels like in this twin flame connection as well, where your Leo just wasn't getting on board. You're efforting too much. You need to allow others to invest the time and the energy in accordance to the value that they attach to a situation. You don't want to impose, you don't want to impress upon them the value and the importance of something. You never want to have to do that. You want to step out of the way, know the value, and allow others to decide and to determine for themselves how much value they believe something has, and how much effort or how much energy they're willing to invest. You're working too hard and nobody else is coming to the party, and it's because they don't have to. When you're busy doing everything, they don't get a chance. Do you understand? So you want to give yourself a break here. You do not want to make the same mistake that your Leo makes, where it doesn't matter how much effort, how much progress, how many things worked out today, the fact that I woke up, that I have my health, that my heart is beating and I don't have to manage that my children are happy, or that I have a job, and that I had a nice meal, and that I had a lovely conversation, and it was a beautiful day, and I got to work and back safely. We can all make a really long inventory of all the things that have worked out for us in our day, that if they had not, it would have been a really crappy day and would have a negative impact on the next few days to come. But we don't. We don't count those blessings. Instead, we look at, well, what didn't work out that could have worked out? What's missing? It would have been better if that was there, and it would have been better if that happened. Don't make that mistake. Don't end your days by looking at what you have not achieved, what has not worked out. When you're efforting and you're working so hard and you're not counting those blessings, you've got to make time to stop and smell the roses. Okay. Right, let's move on. I'm going to move on to the soulmate messages now. For those of you who would like to know what's happening with your soulmate in relation to you, if your soulmate is a Leo. Okay, but if you're a twin flame and you enjoyed this reading, if it resonates and makes sense to you, please comment, let me know how. If you'd like to take a personal look at your situation, the twin flame journey is a journey. It's a spiritual journey. It's a personal awakening. It's not a story about two people figuring out how to be together. This is a spiritual awakening. Your soul is going through an awakening, through a process here. It is a spiritual journey, and you want to know what that means for you and how you can best line up with that awakening. Otherwise, you will constantly be pushing against the energy and be suffering and be struggling with this, and you don't have to. Okay, so I do offer twin flame coaching, spiritual readings, personal readings. If you'd like to get a reading or a coaching session, you're welcome to contact me. My email is in the description box below. Whatever you choose to do, do what is best for you, beloved, and I will chat to you guys next time. Okay, so let's see what's happening with the soulmate. If your soulmate is a Leo, thank you, Spirit. What is happening with this Leo? Wise counsel. Spirit is talking, communicating with your Leo through dreams, through messages from people. It pertains to a commitment here. Perhaps the commitment with you. But there is wise counsel coming through. Are they listening to it? I don't know. But Spirit is in their ear. Messages are coming through to them from various places on their timelines. When they go into social media, messages pop up to speak to them of this commitment. And everywhere they turn, messages are popping up about you. About you. They're receiving wise counsel. Your soulmate is receiving wise counsel from Spirit. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. These cards of mine have a gloss on them. About you. Okay. What is at the heart of this connection? What is at the heart of this connection? What is the dominant energy with regards to this Leo and my viewer? What's at the heart of the connection for this Leo, this soulmate? This Leo's wanting to take a leap of faith. We've got the Fool here. Okay. This Fool is surrounded. They are accompanied by their familiar, surrounded by these orbs. Trusting spirit, trusting source, knowing that they don't know what's at the bottom of that cliff. They just know that they need to take that leap and that things are going to work out, that they're going to land on their feet. This is about surrender. This is about trust. This is about trusting and believing that things are going to work out, even though I don't know how and I don't have all the answers and I'm not in control. There is something beautiful, whether it is I believe in love, and love is going to be the thing that helps me land on my feet. It's going to be that soft place for me to fall, whether it is that I believe in my guides and keepers, that there is some goodness in this world, that I've seen, that I've had enough value come into my life to believe that there is something good here and it's worth taking this leap of faith. What crosses that? Reconciliation, soulmate, reunion. Well, your soulmate definitely wants to reconcile with you. But I'm asking Spirit, how does this speak of crossing the Fool, which is wanting to take a leap of faith, wanting to trust their intuition, wanting to trust the heart, believing that there is so much goodness that I've seen in this, that I have to believe in the goodness and the value, and that things work out for me even though I don't always see it because I have experienced it. This Six of Cups speaks to me of an old love, an ancient love, of soulmates who have loved one another in a past life, okay, of a deep love, but it offers complication in respect to emotional maturity. You see, it shows the woman and the boy, and he's offering her a pot plant. He's offering her, this offering is one of love, an offering of love, a gesture of tenderness. But you know how normally we give one another flowers that you put into a pot plant and they die, you put into a vase and they die after a while. This is in a pot plant. I'm offering you something that you can water and it will live. It won't die after a period of time. He's wanting to make a worthwhile, solid offer. He is a boy and she is older, which is symbolic of the divine feminine in the connection, having a level of maturity, a level of wisdom, whereas he is still a boy. Endless possibility, but he is still having to grow. He still needs the space and the time to grow, whether that is emotionally, So sometimes the Six of Cups can speak to us about the desire to be together, all the love in the world, and emotional immaturity. But he is asking symbolically that you accept this gift, which is symbolic of my heart, of my love, that you water it and it will grow and continue to bloom and bear flowers for you in the years to come. So there is what crosses this Leo from wanting to take this leap of faith and just surrendering. Is the fact that this Leo does not know if you're willing to accept this gift where you will need to nurture and water this plant that gives them the space and time to still grow emotionally. This Leo might believe that you deserve someone who has already done the growing and the healing. That maybe they're asking for too much. What's happened in the past that had brought you and your Leo to this place? Okay. We've got the Empress here. The Empress is the Divine Mother. The Empress has a beautiful, flourishing, abundant empire, and she's got her Emperor behind her. And together they love and care and lead the empire from strength to strength. But the Empress showed up upside down. The Empress in this deck, you can see she's got a swollen belly. She's got a baby inside. This could be your mother. This could be symbolic of the mother. And so for some of you, there could be, it's in the reverse. So for some of you, there could be a missed opportunity with regards to growing your family. For some of you, it could be missed opportunity with regards to growing your empire together. Something new. So something new came into your experience to add to the completion of your empire. But it shows up in the reverse, which lets me know that something blocked that, or that it was a missed opportunity. It didn't quite work out in the way that you guys want. And as a result, this mirror came out. Makes me think of the stepmother in Sleeping Beauty. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? And what the mirror reflects back can activate, can trigger a lot of our shadows. I feel like whatever happened here, that your Leo came face to face with an uncomfortable an uncomfortable mirror image, an uncomfortable aspect of their shadow. And for you too, you saw a side of this person, and perhaps them of you that they hoped they'd never see. I don't know. I think relationships can't always be built on fairy tale, hey, or what's comfortable and what we like. Sometimes we've got to be willing to see the parts of the people that we love that are uncomfortable, and we've got to love them anyway. As long as they're willing to, as long as it's not harmful or destructive, and if it does have the possibility to be that they're willing to take responsibility for it and to do something about it. But I think that we become obsessed with the notion of a fairy tale, and the moment that things get real, we want to run from it. I think things got really real here because this empire was threatened. There was a missed opportunity here. Something didn't quite work out the way that you'd hoped. What is moved out of this Leo's energy? Okay, so this Leo went into hermit mode after this happened. Maybe your Leo was hiding this part of their character or personality from you, and as a result of what happened here, you got to see it, and this just made them want to run, because your Leo definitely went into hermit mode. But Spirit says that they're coming out of that hermit mode now. How is it that this Leo feels about my viewer? Well, I've got the Fool here. They want to take a leap of faith. They want reconciliation. But things didn't quite work out the way that they'd hoped, the way that you guys might have planned, and this made them question the connection, made them think that maybe it's not meant to be. Brought out an aspect of their character, a side of them, a part of themselves that they never wanted you to see, that they're ashamed about. But the reality is this person feels like you are their... This person feels passionate about celebrating and being happy with you. I've got the Four of Wands. This person wants to marry you. This Leo wants to spend their life with you. They want to celebrate with you. What is it that this Leo thinks of my viewer? They think that you are their wish fulfillment. I've got the Ten of Cups here. This Leo loves you. This Leo loves you. There's no doubt that your Leo's got some shadows. Look, I've got the moon here. Do you see the reflection there? This Leo looks in the mirror and sees an ugly version of themselves. They don't like their shadow side. They don't like their shadow self. This Leo's got to make peace with their demons. They've got to find a way to embrace the fullness of who they are, so that if you don't get to know all the animals on your farm and understand what their needs are, then you have a whole lot of animals running around, running wild, and they create havoc, and you will call it fate. And that's what this is about. But there's no doubt that this Leo loves you, wants reconciliation, believes you're their wish fulfillment, they're happily ever after, and wants to share their life with you. I feel a but though. What's the but, Spirit? This Leo's got to release the past. And there's trust issues. This Leo is so guarded and afraid that that you see them in this bad light. They need to heal. This is about self-worth. This is about self-concepts. This is about how this Leo sees themselves. And they need to heal. And emotional growth and maturity is at the heart of this. And this Leo, this is I have clients that come to me for readings, and the big question is, does this person love me? Because we tend to think that if somebody loves me, then that's the answer to everything. That means everything's going to be okay, because if they love me, they're going to behave in a particular way. We seem to think that love automatically means that people behave or perceive situations in a particular way. Sometimes someone can love you with all they have, but it's not enough for them to actually want to be or show up in the connection in a way that moves the relationship forward in a positive way. Here you have someone who knows, who is being inspired to take a leap of faith towards you. Someone that believes you're their soulmate, but understands that there's a gap between you, the way you see the world, your level of wisdom, theirs, and this person already does not have a good self-image. This person has tendencies that are not positive, and they've identified so much with the monster that they see in the mirror that they can't see the fact that that is not all that they are. We are not perfect. We all have shadows. There is no perfect person. This person wants you to be their life partner. They feel that that is right. That would be right for them. This person feels that you're their wish fulfillment. You're everything that they could ever have wanted. But something didn't quite work out in the way that they had hoped. There's disappointment here. Their character came into the spotlight. A part of their character that they loathe, resent. And now they feel as though you wouldn't want to deal with them anyway. So even though there's all of this positivity, there's love. This person obviously holds you in high regard. They feel that because of who they see in the mirror and what they see in the mirror, that they can't ask you to accept that they are this and you are that. That a queen should have a king and not a prince. And the sad thing is that we're always in the process of becoming, we're always growing. You're not done. You're not complete. You're not perfect. You're as whole as you can be in this moment, but you are not the whole of who you ever will be. You're constantly becoming. And none of us are perfect. And we've got to give one another the opportunity to love and embrace us where we are, knowing that we could grow to become, or maybe not. But you're the one that gets to decide. And I feel like your Leo's not giving you the option to make that decision. I suppose for some people in their relationship dynamics, it's money. Maybe you earn more money than your person does. And they feel like that's going to create issues. And because they have that belief, that's their reality. So you could be loving one another and have a beautiful life together, but because they don't believe that's possible, unless they're earning the same amount of money that you are, they're not on your level. They don't have your level of success, and it's bogus. It's not real. You might have advantage in terms of your spiritual growth, your wisdom, because you've been at it longer than your person. You've been a student in the world of spirituality longer than your person. Or maybe your person just does not believe in the same things you believe. Maybe they have a more logical or rational perspective on life, and they're still figuring themselves out, what works for them. That doesn't mean that we can't love one another. We can be different and we can love one another. How much meaning do you add how much value do you add to that difference? Because you attach meaning to something. So you're going to attach meaning to the fact that your person might be more educated than you, or your person earns more money than you, or your person is in a different place. You're going to attach meaning to that, and you're going to make that the excuse for you pinching yourself off from the well-being, the love, and the abundance that the relationship offers. And I feel like this is what your Leo is doing. Your Leo is having that warfare, that internal warfare between, if I'm going to be happy, I'm being called to surrender to source, to take the leap of faith and just to be who I am, the best version that I can possibly be in this moment, and to allow myself to be enough, and to offer what I can, and to allow the person decide whether it is worth receiving. And so there's this war between that and the other part of them, which is but you're setting yourself up for disappointment, because in this respect your worlds apart. This person is here emotionally and you're here emotionally. This person is here financially and you're here financially. That sort of thing. I think that is fundamentally what this is about. It is about a big question. What is the perfect recipe for happiness? And is there one? Or do we create it for ourselves? The big question. Do I deserve love? Am I good enough for it? Is it something that I choose and I let in? Do I allow myself to be loved, or am I being delusional? If I'm not worthy of it, can I ever be loved? Kind of thing. I think that this skeleton in your person's closet, you see, this is what they see when they look in the mirror. They've been trying to hide this from you. This year is at the heart of everything that's going on with them. It's not so much about you. This year is their reason for everything going wrong in their lives. And they want to strangle this version of themselves. But what the universe, it's not going to work. They can't. They've got to love this version of themselves. And that's what this journey is about for them. There was a missed opportunity here with this Empress in the reverse. Something didn't work out in the way that you guys expected. I'm sorry about that. It might have been some sort of loss or disappointment. But there is a lesson in all of this. And there is a test in all of this too, because things just, do we believe that things are only right when everything's working out in the way that we believe is favorable? Can we leave space for the possibility that we may be wrong about our idea of what is right? That sometimes things can look wrong to us when they're actually right, and it's just that we need to shift about it. So if our relationship is not following a particular trajectory, does that mean that the relationship's not right? If my career is not following a particular trajectory, does that mean that I'm doing something wrong, that it's not right for me? Sometimes we abandon and reject good things just because they don't fit an ideal that we originally had. Can we allow ourselves to be wrong from time to time so that we can be happy? that is your message, beloved. I hope you enjoyed that reading. If it resonates with you, please let me know how. I love to hear from you guys. And if you're interested in a personal reading, you're welcome to contact me. My email is in the description box below. I'd like to just, in closing, Spirit is saying to me, I must give you some closing advice from Spirit. So let me do that. Okay. So Spirit is saying that you are in a place where you are finding yourself being haunted by the past. Where you are wrestling with residual energy, things that have happened in the past that have not quite worked out the way that you wanted to. This experience with your Leo, where something seemed to be perfect and seemed to be going right, and then all of a sudden it didn't work out. This has activated this, where there are aspects of the past that still haunt you. Come to realization that it is not real. That your association with certain events and with whatever this is that is haunting you gives it life. And that's why it seems to be coming up in your life over and over, because you're feeling it. Take the power away from it. As I said earlier on, we attach meaning to events, experiences, and people. We attach meaning to people and make them the center of our world, and when they don't behave according to that, then we feel robbed. But nobody told us to do that. You want to take the meaning away from these things that are haunting you. Take the power away from it. Change how you see it. Change your perspective of it. Look at it from a perspective that empowers you and does not disempower you. Forgive where you need to forgive, but you're giving it energy that holds you in bondage. And that's why it feels like the past comes back to haunt you. This is a time for you to cast out the ghosts and take your power back. Love and light. I will chat to you guys next time. Bye now.